This is going to be a Crackle Effect Resin tutorial in our 8-inch glossy flower border tray mold, which is right there getting lined up and ready to go. I started up mixing about 2 ounces of just a regular resin. I wanted to set my glitter down and let it cure before I got around to pouring the piece, because with the Crackle Effect you can never see through the push because it's a big push of mica. So I tried to set the glitter ahead of time and it didn't really work out quite well anyways. So I didn't even use 2 ounces of resin. I used just a little bit. And I was wondering to myself if I could have just had a little dollop around the glitter itself, if that would work. And as you see there, it's kind of pulled back from the flower edges. And what happened was it eventually spread out to all of the areas but one, and it kind of left a shadow in the finished piece. So yes, if you're laying down a base layer, it does have to cover the whole base. Otherwise, it'll cure weirdly. See at the top there how there's no resin? I'm going to be using Art Pro Resin by Resin Pro for this pour, and I mixed up 13 ounces. This mold takes about 15 ounces total, so I was about 2 ounces short. And there's some new shadow. It's like a purpley gray, and I put in 13 drops in 1.83 ounces. Then I have strawberry, 15 drops in 1.83 ounces, and sun, 11 drops in 1.83 ounces. Those are all resin inks, which are very intense inks. Then I'm using some Pearl X Micropearl. I used 12 scoops in 5.5 ounces, and then I have some mica in 2 ounces, about 5 scoops. I'm going to use that around my edges and also to border the color, and I didn't think I had enough, but I actually had more than enough. And I don't know why I'm measuring that. I think the resin was about 30 degrees Celsius before I started this dirty pour part of it. And I'm just going to layer the colors. That's the shadow, the purple, and then I'm going to go yellow or sun, and then the strawberry. And I was going to keep the sun in between, but I think I just started pouring colors on top of each other. What I found with doing this pour, if your resin inks, it's 5.5 ounces total, that matches 5.5 ounces of the Micropearl mica, the Pearl X. I found it works the best. If you use glitter, the glitter tends to drop through, and I haven't had luck using interference mica, although other people have, but mine, the glittery bits drop all the way through, and I don't like that effect myself. So anyhow, I'm just puddle pouring, dirty pouring, not puddle pouring, dirty pouring the colors there on top of themselves, which we'll be adding on top of the mold here in a second after I end up cleaning up. And there, oh, I'm starting with the mica. That's the 2 ounces of the purple mica that's going to be on my border on the top piece when it's done curing. And I was going, oh no, I don't have enough, but I really did have more than enough to fill this entire border, which makes up the edge of the tray. And I was also able to circle my colors once I pour them in and go back and pour more in these edges. And this is a really pretty purple. It has a little bit of black in it. It's just a mica, because I didn't want a bunch of different colors on the edge, and I was hoping that putting down the purple mica first would help the other colors not go into that area. So once that's done, I just kind of tapping it around to get rid of air bubbles. Oh no, and I'm going back in to add some more. You don't have to worry about getting it on that inner ridge because that's where the glitter is going to go later. And now I'm just taking the resin inks that I had dirty poured on top of each other and just swirling them in. And as you can see there, the strawberry is kind of taking over. That purple was so dark, but I think I ended up using 15 drops of the strawberry. So I guess that kind of took precedence. And I've never used that shadow before. It's a beautiful color, but in the end, it doesn't show up, as you'll see. And here I'm just taking the mic again and ringing around the flower edge. And I think because I use this mold, you don't really get this effect of the mica coming in. On the back it looks beautiful, but I don't think it really did anything for the front of the piece. And there, since I still had some left, I went back around the border. So 2 ounces was more than enough to fill that area. But like I said, I could have gone up 2 more ounces at least with the resin total. So I could have probably gone to 6.5 ounces, but it was okay. It was just a little bit short. And then you just take your pearlescent mica powder, the Pearl X Micropearl, and just dump it right in the center. And I think there, what we'll see on the front, from where I hit it with the first drop, I was off center, so it didn't hit directly behind the glitter. But I love this speed ramping here. Looks so gorgeous. The colors on the back, like the red and the purple, I love it. And then once that's cured, it's time to demold it and go on to the front. Now with this piece, or this mold, I've added glass in the past, and this time I'm going to be using a glitter, really gorgeous glitter that I got. Let's see how that turned out. Where did the purple go? It just looks like strawberry with yellow. And see how that push was a little bit off center? This stuff is called Deadly Nightshade. It's a holographic chunky glitter by the Glitter Guy. And I figured between the pinks and the purples, it would look gorgeous in this edge. And I found the chunkier, thicker, or heavier, bigger piece glitter is best for framing these pieces. The tiny, tiny glitter just tends to get lost. So I wanted something that would be very holographic and sparkle. And I think this was a good choice. I did use some fast cure resin for this, not Art Pro. It was some other brand we don't have to mention, but just to try and cure the edges fast. And I think I mixed up about 2 ounces or 2.5 ounces for this. And I cut a pipette about halfway up because the glitter was so chunky, it wouldn't come out the bottom end of it. And I'm just spinning it around. I've speed ramped this up to 200 or 300% because it takes forever to do this. You don't want to go over onto the front of the piece, but you want to have it up high enough that it does frame it and it doesn't have a big divot on it. And there I'm just spinning it around, making sure I get all the little areas. When I'm looking under my big lights, you tend to get glare, so I'm trying to make sure that all the areas are evenly spaced with the glitter. And the glitter's subtle. It's not so in your face, but it definitely adds sparkle to this piece. And there I'm just using a toothpick to kind of make sure it goes into the corners. And there's the finished piece. Whether you're creating a 3D bloom or a crackle effect or any other resin technique, your resin art will stand out in our 8-inch glossy flower border tray mold.